Do you think evaluating is difficult? Well, you're already doing it every day without even realizing. Let me explain. Have you ever noticed that when we give opinions, we often agree before we disagree, or sometimes the other way around? Whether we're reviewing a book, giving feedback on a friend's relationship, or even reflecting on our own work, we naturally evaluate things in a structured way. And guess what? This skill isn't just useful in everyday life. It's essential for exams too. Today, I'll show you how we naturally structure evaluations and how you can use this technique in your writing and speaking exams. Let's dive in. We don't just say I love it or I hate it. Our opinions are more layered. Often, we follow one of two patterns. 1. Agree, disagree. Start with positives, then move to negatives. 2. Disagree, agree. Start with negatives, then highlight positives. Why? Because this makes our opinions more balanced and persuasive. Let's go deeper. Here are 10 examples of how we evaluate things in daily life. Sometimes agreeing before disagreeing, and sometimes the other way around. Pay attention to how this makes opinions sound more balanced and thoughtful. Giving feedback to students. When I grade my students' essays, I don't just say, "This is wrong." Instead, I start with what they did well. Maybe they used strong vocabulary or had great ideas. Then, I point out areas for improvement, like grammar or organization. This way, they stay motivated while also learning how to improve. Your introduction is strong, and your ideas are well developed. However, some of your sentences are too long, so work on making them clearer. Imagine my friend asks what I think about her new boyfriend. I don't want to be too harsh, so I might start with the negatives but end on a positive note. He can be a bit unreliable sometimes, which worries me, but he's also really kind and fun to be around. 3. Reviewing a restaurant. When recommending a restaurant, I try to give both the good and the bad so my friend gets a complete picture. The ambience is beautiful and the staff are friendly, but the food wasn't great, kind of bland to be honest. Watching a movie. Not every movie is perfect. Here's how I might evaluate one fairly. The first half was slow and I almost lost interest, but the ending was incredible. It completely turned the movie around for me. 5. Reviewing a product. Say I just bought a new phone and a friend asks if I'd recommend it. The camera quality is amazing and the battery lasts all day. However, the phone itself is a bit heavy, which can be annoying. 6. Giving parenting advice. When talking to a child, parents often balance encouragement with constructive feedback. I'm so proud of how hard you worked on this project. Next time, try managing your time better so you don't have to rush at the last minute. Evaluating a holiday destination. Maybe I just came back from a trip and someone asks, "How was it?" It was way more expensive than I expected, and the weather was unpredictable, but the scenery was absolutely breathtaking. 8. Recommending a book. When talking about a book, I often mention both the positives and the negatives. The writing style is beautiful, and the characters are well developed. However, the plot moves really slowly, which some people might not like. 9. Self-reflection on a task. When evaluating my own work, I try to be honest but also encourage myself. I wasn't very organized when I started, and it took me longer than expected, but in the end, I'm proud of how it turned out. Complaining about customer service. Even when making a complaint, people often soften it with a positive first. I usually love shopping here because the staff are helpful, but today, I had a really bad experience with one of the employees. See how natural this is? We evaluate things all the time. By balancing agreement and disagreement, our opinions sound more thoughtful, whether we're giving feedback, recommending something, or even complaining. Now, how can you use this in writing and speaking exams? 1. Essay writing, evaluation tasks. If you're asked to evaluate a topic, don't just list pros or cons, mix them. For example, if the question asks whether social media is good or bad, you might say, social media is a great way to stay connected and share ideas. However, it can also be a source of misinformation and distraction. 2. Speaking exams. If you're asked to give your opinion, structure it like a natural conversation. Instead of saying, "I like it" or "I don't like it," balance your response. I think learning a new language is difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really rewarding. Now let's put this into practice. In the comments, try evaluating something using the agree, disagree, or disagree, agree structure. You can review a book, a movie, a restaurant, or even your own study habits. I'll read through the comments and give feedback. For more videos on evaluation, please click on the link above. If you found this lesson useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English Step by Step for more tips on writing and speaking. See you in the next lesson.